Hey Soul Family. So I'm getting this download about how many of you, it's like you feel bad about certain things that you've done in the past. And Spirit is basically just telling me that that thought of not forgiving oneself is separating you from building a closer relationship with the Creator. Okay? I don't know if you ever thought about it like this before, but this is what Spirit wants me to tell you. It's okay that you made mistakes. It's all right. We all made mistakes. This is what this realm is about. Okay, so think about it like this. The Creator is the person that creates. So, the ultimate Creator also created this realm. I heard even God. I don't even know if I should say that, but I heard it. I almost don't want to say it. I don't want to say that because I don't want to confuse people, but mistakes are expected. Let me just put it like that. Mistakes are expected, and you also have to think about the fact that you came here and it was already twisted. The world was already chaotic, confused, and manipulated and altered, right? It's not the condition of the minds of the people and the condition and the state of the world is not in its natural state, because its natural state is peaceful. That's the natural state. So there are individuals that came through and removed the peace. Remove the peace from everyone's life. And the reason why they needed to remove the peace and why those who create chaos are afraid of peace is because peace brings unity, and unity brings power, and power shuts down. Okay. Many people separate thinking that it's best to do that, but that's a trick. That's a trick that has been presented for you to believe, because the more you believe that, the more the plan of chaos and disruption can exist. So it starts with you. It's always going to start with you. And when you fix you, that's all you really need to do. Because once you feel good about oneself and you forgive yourself, because when it comes to the Creator, you're already forgiven, but you must forgive yourself. And it's like Spirit is saying that you guys are still faulting yourself for things that could have been a mistake, or maybe you did some things intentionally because you didn't know any better, because you imagine we went to a different planet, right? And we saw everyone around us doing something specific that from our understanding it's not right, but everyone is doing it. So if everyone is doing it, then it's an automatic for you to want to conform, to not stick out like a sore thumb, to not stick out like a sore thumb. I feel like I said that incorrectly in the beginning, but you guys know what I mean. So if we went to another planet and like whatever, there's some strange thing that you see everyone doing where it could be considered harmful here or strange here, but then you'll be looked at as if you're strange if you don't go along with the get along. And I feel like it's the same thing here, because we're born and we're in our environment and we're around the people that we're around. We hear things, we see things, and what we hear and what we see and what we hear and what we see is what we believe. And if we are hearing and seeing lies and not having the ability to know how to do research to find out the truth, or even be able to decipher what's true and what's not, then it's very likely that you're just going to go along with what everyone else is doing. That's a part of adapting to the environment. Just because you're there, you're in the environment, so you're going to do what you see the environment do, whether it's your family, friends, in your community. Whatever is the most popular thing to do is what is likely that you're going to do. And many of you, I could just say all of you, were exposed to that. There's some of you that realized that what you were doing wasn't quite right for you, because when you would do these things, it didn't feel right. And that's how you knew you were different from everyone else. So all of you have that special calling on your life, because you're able to hear when Spirit speaks to you. Many times you think that your thoughts are your own, but they're not always your own. Many times it's Spirit speaking to you through you, but you don't really know that. And that's why I always say trust yourself and allow yourself to make mistakes. It's okay to make a mistake, because you learn from it. If you try to just be perfect all the time and expect yourself to be perfect, then you're going to become very hard on yourself. And I used to do that, so I know what that's like. And that's that Virgo in me, very particular, and I want everything in order. I want everything organized. It's just a part of me, but at the same time, I had to learn to calm down, just relax. It's okay. I had to teach myself that, because it's a part of me. It's in my makeup, right? It's how I'm made. I didn't choose to be this way. It's what was chosen for me. So it's the same thing for many of you. And some of you might not even be a Virgo, but you still have that way about you where you want things to be right before you move forward. And that's also something that can stop you, because you'll get into the analysis paralysis stage or phase. And instead of taking action, you just think about it. And you just keep thinking, oh, well, I want to do that. Oh, well, I think I would be good at that. Oh, I think I could do that. But everything you're thinking about, it just stays in your mind if you get stuck in that analysis paralysis. It's really about, when you think about it, just start taking action. I feel like that's the best thing to do, so that you can continue to be in motion, because it's easy to stop and become stagnant by mistake just from thinking so much, when eventually the thinking is supposed to be doing. Like, you have to take action and get it done, so that you can actually see the fruit of your thoughts, because many thoughts you have are fruitful, but if you don't act upon them, then you will never get to see the fruit that you actually bear within you. Okay? It's like the Creator wants you to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay that you made mistakes in the past. It's okay that you tripped out and you was wilding and doing things that you may even regret. But it's not about focusing on being like in regret. It's about saying, oh, you know what? I did do that. It was wrong. It wasn't all the way right, but I did it. And, I'm not going to do it anymore, because I know it's not right for me. That's what it's about. It's not about keeping yourself in a cycle of saying, I did that thing. It was wrong. And, the Creator is never going to forgive me. Source energy is never going to accept me. No, that's not true. It's a part of the journey. The mistakes are a part of the journey. Because if you don't learn, or if you don't make mistakes, how are you going to learn? Okay? So just take what Spirit is saying into consideration, because many of you are allowing yourself to be stuck when you don't have to be. You don't have to be stuck. It's a choice that you're making, because deep down inside you feel like you're not worthy, or that you're not acceptable. But in all actuality, it's not acceptable for you not to act on the beauty within you. If you know that you have something special inside of you, act on it. Don't worry about other people. Don't worry about what other people are going to say. No matter if you do good or bad, people are always going to have something to say. You can do the greatest thing ever. You can help millions of people and still be targeted as like someone who is a fraud. And it's not even true. But this is what I'm saying. Like, regardless of if you do something good or bad, people will still have something to say. People will still have something to say. Okay? So just keep that in mind during these moments when you're just thinking about your past and feeling bad about things that you've done, choices that you've made, because they're supposed to be lessons. They're not supposed to have you stuck just thinking and not doing anymore. Because once you stop doing, you kind of, it's like you stop living and you have life. So live it up. Okay? Live your life to the fullest. And when I say that, I mean, allow the fullness within you to materialize by taking action. You know, because I hear live your life to the fullest, but to me, that means all the beauty that's inside of you, all of the abilities that you have, you know, bring them all together in your own special way and allow them to be birthed, you know, because I think many of you don't realize that the knowledge in the gifts and the abilities that you have are meant to be shared. They're not meant to just stay locked up inside of you forever. We're supposed to share with one another, and not just material things, but also aspects of ourselves, because it's free. It frees you. It's like freeing your soul. And when you truly free your soul, you're happy because you're being yourself. You know, I always tell you, when you are in this energy of feeling like you have to be like someone else, that's a miserable life to live. Because that means that you are not being authentic to oneself, and you care so much about what other people think that you'll always be boxed up. You'll never really truly feel like yourself, because there's certain aspects of you that you're hiding away because you're afraid of what other people are going to say. That's what it's usually about, you know. But just remember, those that have the most to say are usually the ones that they haven't found what they have to give, or it's like they might be jealous of what you have because they don't have it. Because so many people, they haven't learned to appreciate others for their gifts and their abilities. They just find a reason to hate and to continue on with the cycle that has broken us down for so long. And it's time to rewrite our story now. It's time to change things, because we have the power to. We're very powerful. But it's just that we tend not to hear about that. We usually hear about weaknesses, but not about our power. So instead of focusing in on what you believe is your weakness, focus in on what you know is your power. Okay, I'm going to end it there. I hope this message finds the ears and the spiritual eyes that can accept it and actually apply it to your lives, okay? To improve your mindset and your perspective when you move forward. You hear that? What song is that? I wonder what it's saying. It sounds so sad and like somber. It was a guitar. I don't know. It sounds sad. But many of you could be feeling sad because maybe many of you are understanding what I'm saying. Like you feel locked inside of yourselves. A mental prison, a mental imprisonment. You don't have to be in a mental prison. You can actually get yourself out. But it's a choice. You don't have to. There's always a choice for you. That's one beautiful gift that God has given to all. The Creator has given all of us will. So we have free will to do what we choose. So why not choose what's best for you? Why choose what's going to affect you in a negative way or have you feeling down and pessimistic? Choose the optimistic route. And that way you'll actually be able to see your growth and appreciate your life instead of feeling like everything's always going wrong. Look at what's going right. Change your perspective. Okay, my loves? Everything you do, do it with love. Always remember the creator is in you and the magic is too, because you are magic. If you would like to purchase my book, you can. You can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org and you can purchase my book there. Okay, and it really highlights a different way of being that correlates to our ancestry. Okay, because that is the way of peace. That is the way that we are actually supposed to be living and moving from our intuitive nature, because we already have an inner guide that tells us easy which way to go. But it's just that sometimes we have trouble hearing our lineage speak through us to give us the answers to the tough questions that we have. Everything we need, we have it. We just have to trust that we do. Okay, my loves? I'll see you in the next video.